Good morning, crew. Today we are setting sail on a magical journey as the Disney Dream docks at its brand new tropical paradise, Lookout Cay at Lighthouse Point. In this video, we will dive into the sun-drenched shores at Lookout Cay and see how it stacks up against Disney's classic Castaway Cay. We'll explore everything from the best spots to relax to unique experiences and, of course, some classic Disney magic along the way. And look at this, guys. They're actually allowing people now to exit to the island. It's about 10 a.m., so they originally were looking around 10:15, 10:30 a.m., but look how long this bridge actually is, guys. As you guys can see, this bridge must be, I don't know, I would say maybe about 2 miles long or a mile long. Honestly, my distance is not very good, but that's a long bridge to walk. So we debarked from the ship, and they do offer a service for the ones that need it. My mom sadly does need it. And there she is on the back of the golf cart. And I think my dad's just hitching a free ride on the back as well.
Just be assured it's a long walk over the bridge. So if you can't, there's help here for you on these wonderful carts.
You would think that driving on the cart would be quicker than walking, but in this case here, the people walking will probably get there before we do because we're still lacking a driver. But that's life in the Bahamas.
You're the back of Epcot's parking lot and you got to walk all the way in. That's all it is. Maybe Animal Kingdom, maybe.
My dad was saying it actually might be quicker to walk there, but we're actually going to start walking there now and see how long it takes. Ryan's over there taking a timer and seeing how long it actually takes to get to the island, but it is a far, far walk, it looks like. Oh, wow, even music. Look at this music. I asked Ryan if he wanted to carry me, but I got dead silence from him.
My back is not strong enough to give you a piggyback ride.
Ryan! Wow, what a hero! Here we go. The timer has started on Ryan's watch. And
I can tell you exactly where it's at right now. We're at 1 minute and 28 seconds so far, and we just got onto the actual pier. So, my guess, at least 8 minutes. I think it'll only take 8.
I'm gonna say about maybe 5-6 minutes in that time frame. It depends how fast our strides are. Me and Ryan are pretty tall guys and got long legs, so I think we can get in that time frame. Oh my gosh, it sure is windy though. About at the halfway point now. And Ryan, what are we at right now?
Oh, the time? Oh, let me check. We are at 6 minutes and 47 seconds.
I already lost because I said between about 6 and 5 minutes, so yeah. 5 and 6 minutes. I already lost.
Too, though. I'm gonna lose too.
I finally made it to the end of the bridge. And Ryan, how long did it actually take us?
It took us 14 minutes and 55 seconds. We did stop for a photo op in the middle, but that was maybe 30 seconds a minute at most.
I would say with my long legs, it was about a 12-13 minute walk. It was nice though. With the breeze, it definitely helps. But look at this guy. This guy definitely didn't walk. He could have walked.
Let's go.
Now, comparing both islands here, honestly, I would say Castaway is much more easier accessible to get to. Instead of that long walk, they actually do have trams for everybody that you can walk as well on Castaway. But I say getting to the actual island, I think Castaway will have to take that because it was quite a long walk to get here. Wow, look at this. So exciting. None of us have ever been here before, so this is all new to us. Lookout Cay. They got quite a fancy little sign. You know, I will say Castaway has some nice marketing and advertising, but so far I like the color scheme and the signs, the advertising. Very, very pretty.
Well, I haven't entered Lookout Cay. Key or Cay?
Cay.
I feel like I heard people saying Key.
I'm going to say Cay.
I haven't entered Lookout Cay at Lighthouse Point yet, but we are standing just outside, and I can't really give a full analysis yet, but from what I'm seeing from my balcony and just standing here, I mean, it looks beautiful. The water looks like blue Powerade. Do you see this water? The water looks insane. I can't wait to hop in it. Now, in terms of comparing Lighthouse Cay to Castaway Cay, I don't know. I expect to see a lot more flies here. I don't know if you guys saw the videos from when this island kind of first started, but there were flies everywhere, all over the food. So I expect that, but it doesn't look to be as like Disney themed as Castaway Cay. Okay, I keep saying I don't know how to pronounce these names.
About to hop in the tram with my parents trying to catch up. They already found themselves some nice, lovely seats up here, sort of the front. So we should see how this goes.
just arrived here, and the differences are quite immense, actually. There's waves at this island, unlike Castaway Cay. So I'm looking forward to getting in the water here. It's so we're anticipating. I anticipate that the lunch will be very similar to the Castaway Cay. So we'll have like a Cookies BBQ type lunch set up. But this island looks larger than the first Disney island. So we'll see.
We sure do. We were born here. Tell us a little about it. Ooh, I know Miss Tracy. We're on the southern tip of the island of Eleuthera in the Bahamas.
One of the major things that I actually noticed right away was on the tram and how long it took us for that tram ride to get to the other side of the island, which is pretty impressive because at Castaway, I say the tram ride's maybe about 3-5 minutes, but here it's almost about another 10 minutes to get to the other side of the island, and they have all these shops everywhere. Beautiful area, the sun's out, so I'm excited to go explore the shops, the recreation, the beaches, the food, and this should be a good day. One of the first things we're actually going to explore on the island is the shops. So they look like they have a lot of exclusive merchandise here, just for Disney Lookout Cay. Wow. And actually a fun fact that I learned on the tram was that there is a lighthouse that is on this island. I have not seen the lighthouse yet, which I'm still looking out for because I love Lookout Cay, looking for the lighthouse. It makes sense, right?
My first impression here on our first stop of the shops, it's called Things. And I was impressed by the wide selection of clothing that's unique, that I've never seen before, and I already spotted a couple things that I wish to buy. So we're off to a good start.
Like my dad was saying, I'm actually very impressed with the merchandising. You know, being very close to merchandise myself, there's a lot of unique merchandise here, and I love a lot of the shirts. I do like the hats. Honestly, there's a lot of things I like in here, so I'm kind of scared to be in here because I'm going to be shopping probably the whole time here. But there is a lot of cool merchandise, a lot of cool graphic tees, long sleeve shirts. I even saw some, it looks like some exclusive Lookout Cay ears. I don't even know if I'm saying it right. What Kristen was saying, Lookout Cay, Lookout Cay, we've been hearing that all day long. We're not sure which one it is yet either. My dad and I were very impressed, and even my mom, with the merchandise at that location. I'm excited to see the other stores, and I'm actually a little afraid because I almost wanted to buy everything in that store, from keychains to Spirit jerseys to graphic tees. I wanted to get everything. But now we're actually heading and walking over to the adult beach area, which is right on this boardwalk area, which is pretty different. Like we are saying, comparing stuff to Castaway, this is very different than what Castaway has. There's a lot of boardwalks. You're up on like higher elevation, and then they have like the beach areas like right over here starting, and then it goes down even another level to the actual water area. So I'm excited. I'm excited to see the adult area, the quiet area, as they say, to go and have a nice relaxing day at Lookout Cay. Now finally we have reached the adult beach area, and I'm very excited. I'm gonna go look for my parents. My parents are apparently faster walkers than I am, but I'm gonna go look and see if I can find them on the beach somewhere. I got my Crocs on. I'm gonna keep those things on. Now I'm ready to head out. Nice cozy little spot here in the shade over by the food and the drinks and the live music in the adult section. So I'm excited. I'm just trying to find my parents now. This cruise has just been like, where has been my parents? That's about it. Honestly, it's not losing your kids, it's losing my parents. So I actually found my parents over by the beach. They found another table and chair sets over by the water. So we're sitting over here by the water. It's nice and cozy. The water is extra blue. Honestly, like Kristen was saying earlier, it looks like Powerade. Honestly, that water does really look like Powerade or some kind of Gatorade out there, but it's nice. And I know my mom had an interest of being closer by the beach and by the water, so she can go sit in that chair right there and let the water and the waves run up by her feet and right underneath her. Now that's the seat I want. It's pretty nice that they have some waves here that you can go and play around in. So I'm actually gonna go in the ocean today, maybe after lunch, and go around, splash, get that salt water on my face. That water looks so refreshing. I just can't wait to get in there. Sadly, today it's a little windy, so all the umbrellas have to stay closed. I'm not sure how my Irish or German skin will handle all this sun, but I have the sunblock on. I might have to buy a hat because I did forget to pack a hat today, but I got my sunglasses on and sunscreen. It's very, very hot, but it's actually nice with the breeze. So I would say this is a beautiful time to come, especially in November. Now that we found the perfect spot under the shade so we can protect ourselves from the sun, we're gonna go get some lunch over there at Serenity Barbecue. And I'm curious how that's gonna compare to Cookies BBQ because my family is a big fan of Cookies. And we love Cookies BBQ and Cookies BBQ too on the island of Castaway. Even though they're the same thing, we like to believe that they're different. So we finally made it over for lunch at Serenity Bay, and honestly, I got myself a nice plate here. I got myself some chicken, macaroni and cheese, corn, broccoli, some rice, chicken sandwich, which is interesting. That's something different from Cookies, and ribs. Honestly, the only thing I feel like there's only thing that's different is the broccoli and the mac and cheese and maybe the chicken sandwich, but they have ribs and corn at Cookies BBQ, so I'm curious how this is going to pan out. Honestly, this chicken sandwich, there's a band behind me, so the entertainment here, there's live music, which is great. Not great where I'm sitting, but if you can hear me, I'm about to eat the chicken sandwich, which is definitely unique and new for Serenity Bay compared to Castaway Cay. That's a pretty good chicken sandwich. You know what I really enjoy on there is the onions and the pickles. It actually makes it quite refreshing to take a bite in there. I'm not a big fan of the cheese, so if I was going to get this again, I definitely would get it without the cheese. That chicken sandwich was delicious. I said it was very refreshing. Now I'm going to move on over to the ribs. What I was mentioning before, that they had ribs over at Cookies BBQ, and they have them over here at Serenity Bay as well. So I'm going to give it a little try. There's a little rice on there, a little vegetables. Those don't come on it originally. They just kind of stuck to it. They look like some sticky ribs. The barbecue sauce is very tangy. Falls right off the bone. I would say these ribs are very good. If you ever had Outback's ribs or Jack's Creek, it's kind of similar to those. It is a little windy here, and I know Kristen was talking about the issues with flies. I did see a couple of flies fly by, but no flies on my food, which is great. I think the wind is helping, especially with that. Now it's on to the mac and cheese. Tastes like mac and cheese. I'm no Kristen expert on mac and cheese, but I think she would give a better review on this than I would. Hopefully she'll come by soon and try this out for us.
Well, of course, I had to try the mac and cheese. And I gotta say, not only am I disappointed in the mac and cheese, I was a little disappointed in the entire meal. By the time I was able to get around to eating the mac and cheese, it was so cold because the lines for every side of the buffet were so long that it took me so long to collect all the food that I wanted to try on my plate, which I will also add wasn't that much because the lines were insane. So the mac and cheese was super cold when I got to it. It did taste like Stouffer's, which I kind of like that crappy style of mac and cheese. Sometimes it really hits, but it's got to be hot to hit. So
Your expertise.
You wanted my expertise? Okay. Well, I feel like I didn't get a fair shot because the lines were too. I've just been having not the best of experiences here at Lookout Cay.
So say Cookies is better?
I mean, I would assume that anything will beat.
I had a pretty mid burger and some chocolate ice cream. Oh, and a hot dog with the bun was really stale. So no good. No good.
After the meal we had, and I know Chris and I are both going to agree on this, we have to get ourselves a nice beverage on the beach. I'm excited for this one, so let's go check out what they have.
Well, turns out they have nothing, or at least nothing on the menu. They have an entire drink menu, but on that drink menu, they can only make one of the drinks on the menu. It's funny because he suggested this drink, or he's like, oh, I can make like a pina colada or a mojito. And then they're like, oh yeah, we suggested them because we can't make any of the drinks on the menu. So we're like, why do you even have the menu out? Also, this island has been around for like 6 months. How do you just not have the stuff to make? I'm just confused from every single angle. So I got the one drink that they were able to make. It's called like the Eleuthera Euphoria, something like that. It's like Dole Whip or something in there. Okay, at least it's refreshing. And I know Sean's gonna say the same thing, but this cup keeps it extra nice and cold. It's honestly really watery, now that I think about it. I genuinely don't know if they put any alcohol in here, so.
On the menu of the Euphoria, I got myself a nice classic margarita. I don't know if I want to call this a margarita because I saw the man pour lemonade in here. So I'm not sure if that's a margarita. So it's just tequila and lemonade. So we'll just call it lemonade tequila. Like Kristen said, I think the highlight, if I'm going to say something positive, is these cups. These keep them nice and cold. Honestly, it's keeping me cold, honestly. Holding the cup is just keeping my body temperature down. But let me give this lemonade tequila a try. Just tastes mostly like lemonade. I don't even think there is. Is there even tequila in this?
This ain't no La Cava de tequila, that's for sure.
Honestly, after those horrible drinks we had at that bar, it was so refreshing to run into the ocean, dip my toes in there, and feel that salt water and just float away and let all those problems just go away in the Atlantic Ocean. My dad was out there. Even Kristen joined us out in the water. It was honestly a great fun time. I couldn't even ask for a better beach day. Maybe better drinks and maybe better food. So we'll leave it as that. To end our Lookout Cay point, we're gonna actually get our hair braided, Kristen and I. We're just gonna get one single hair braid. I never did it before and I always wanted to, and I feel like now is the perfect time because
Sean, how are you feeling right now?
I'm feeling excited. This is something I always want to do. When my sisters would go on the cruise, they would always get their hair braided. And now,
Should I do it? I guess I should do it.
Kristen, I'll buy it for you.
Oh, wow, your treat?
My treat.
I feel like I had to match Sean and his Michael Scott braid. So we're doing a Michael Scott braid apiece.
Am I done?
You're done.
Thank you. I feel so beautiful.
Where is it?
Wow. What an experience. Kristen, how do you feel?
I feel like I need to put my hat back on. That's how I feel.
Kristen and I both decided to get our hair braided, and we want to let you guys know, and you decide who got their hair braided the best. Either Kristen or me.
I mean, we both got the Michael Scott.
The Michael Scott special.
The Michael Scott special. Honestly, that was the highlight of my day other than going in the beach.
I loved going in the ocean, and no way I could think of accomplishing a better evening. Tippy top cherry on top is getting my hair braided. Always wanted to, and now I have. Dreams do come true.
And the people braiding were so nice. We were talking to them. They actually live on the island. And it was so interesting to kind of hear from them how Lookout Cay being open has kind of strengthened the community. It was really awesome to talk to them. I don't know. They were great.
We thought our island adventure was over, but we did forget one thing, and we forgot the bridge. Back to the ship. Here we go. It took us 15 minutes to get here, and it's going to take us about 15 minutes to get back. And this time, Kristen is joining us.
Yeah, you guys are asking a lot for me on this walk, especially when my back is just absolutely trash right now. Honestly, I feel like it's not that bad. Like, maybe it's just because there's cloud coverage right now, so that could definitely be it. Sean's about to get hit by a little cart, so let's move to the side. But I definitely feel like it's because it's not sunny out right now that I'm not hating it as much as I should be, maybe. I don't know, but we're already almost there. If my back didn't hurt, this would be fine. The tram is more annoying. It was never ending, that tram ride. I thought we were just gonna walk the pier and then be there, but no, you have to take like a 10-minute tram ride, and then if you get caught behind a slow construction truck, it will take you even longer. I think it took us like 15 minutes. It was a 15-minute ride. That's annoying.
Everything's about 15 minutes here, apparently. Good morning from Castaway Cay, and it's a nice, beautiful day here as well. I'm excited because we're about to see how Castaway is going to compare to what we had our experience at Lookout Cay yesterday. It's quite windy up here. My one hair braid I got from yesterday is just flapping in the wind right now, but I'm excited to get this day going. We're going to go check out the merchandise, go see the food, the recreation, just see how it does compare to Lookout Cay, and honestly get everyone's opinion of which they prefer, either Lookout Cay or Castaway. But I'm excited to see where the day takes us. Maybe we'll get another hair braid, maybe we'll go ride a jet ski, who knows? I'm excited. I definitely will check out the beach and the food for sure today. As I'm enjoying my nice iced coffee here in the morning on the top deck, I'm just overlooking Castaway Cay and how beautiful it is today. Look how blue that water is. You can see a couple of people on their jet skis heading out for an excursion. And look at this, guys. They even have one of the lifeboats out that they're testing. That's pretty cool. You don't really see that too often, but look at that. They're all testing lifeboats, making sure they're working. Hopefully we don't have to use them, but it's good that they're testing them. But that's pretty cool. I love to see the jet skis out there. It's such a beautiful day. We are finally off the ship. We're about to go explore Castaway Cay, and I'm just looking for my parents. Hopefully they come through soon because I'm ready to head out, and I'm ready to go see the rest of the beach. Speaking of my parents, here they come. Slow and steady always wins the race. It's always amazing to me that somebody's always working on the Disney cruise. There's not one person off. Look at them. They're cleaning the side of the ships. Like I was saying earlier, they were testing the lifeboats, but it's still cool. They really take care of the ship real well, maintaining it to its finest. Now, one of the noticeable differences you have here coming to Castaway is that you actually just come right off on the island. And it's not too bad of a walk to the tram, but you actually, like Lookout Cay, you can pick up towels, so you don't have to drag your own towels from the staterooms. They all order you when you get off the ship, which is very nice because it's like the same service you're getting off the ship on the island as well. My mom's got the towels flapping in the wind. Something new we actually found on Castaway, which we never noticed before. I don't think we ever saw this, but these are all the names of families who were on more than 50 Disney cruises. And my dad said at an average, they would have to go on 2 cruises a year to reach that kind of number in today's time. Because there's a lot of them, he says, sailing since 2004, sailing since 1998, sailing since 2006, 2008. So some of these people must have been averaging more than 2 to 3 cruises a year, which is pretty amazing.
I am extremely flabbergasted. 50 cruises in 10 years. 5 cruises a year. What a life.
It looks like we need to take some more cruises. Another similarity they have, and a little bit different too from Lookout Cay, is they actually have a tram as well that takes you to the adult beach and the other part of the island. But this tram ride's a little bit shorter compared to the one at Lookout Cay. But it's nice that they have a tram here as well. And there is the iconic sign right there. Welcome to Disney's Castaway Cay. Now this is such an iconic shot here at Castaway. Just seeing the ship over there in the distance right on the beach. You can see the back of the ship and Sorcerer Mickey on the back. It's pretty cool. Each Disney cruise has different characters on the back representing the ship. And this one for the Disney Dream is Sorcerer Mickey. A classic for sure. Nostalgic and classic. Here we are over at the She Sells, and Everything Else merchandising location here for Castaway. It's a little bit more calmer here than what we were at Lookout Cay yesterday, so I'm curious if they have any exclusive Castaway merchandising available just for the island, because they had a lot for Lookout Cay, so I'm curious of what they have here. My mom actually found some of the Castaway Cay exclusive merchandise. It looks like it looks like a Spirit jersey, but they are SPF or UPF 50, which is nice. Oh, this is a nice one my mom found. I think this is an actual Spirit jersey, but I love that color blue. That is a really nice Spirit jersey. Wow, and it has a little map on the back. There's Mickey in the water. There's a cruise ship on the back. Look, you can see there's Mickey popping out of the water, and it tells you all about the island. There's Cookies BBQ, Pelican's Plunge, Snorkeling Lagoon. I actually really like the Spirit jersey. I think the shade of blue is really nice. The font and the design is really good. So there's some pretty good Castaway merchandise too. Just like Lookout Cay, they have a graphic tee wall here. And wow, they have some pretty exclusive designs for these graphic tees. We have, oh, look at this one. Castaway Cay, Serenity Bay, Cookies 2 and Sandbar. There's a Castaway and best Cay ever. Wow, so they're saying Castaway is the best Cay. Apparently I didn't see this shirt over at Lookout Cay. Oh, I know I was looking at the bucket hat yesterday. I'm not sure if this is a kid's or an adult, but I do like the design of this bucket hat. Nice floral green and orange. Very, very nice. And look at this one. Fun in the Sun. Nice kids graphic tee as well. Looks like a nice material. Oh yeah, that does feel nice. And a nice fun graphic as well too. If I was that tiny or I had a son, I would definitely buy that shirt. I will say I do love the naming of these merchandising locations. Look at this one. By the Seashore. You get it? By the Seashore. By the Seashore. Okay, you know what I mean. But I just actually really like these names. Miss Kristen at Cookies BBQ, all ready to go. Kristen, how excited are you today?
I gotta get the content ready. I already went over there and looked. First of all, the layout and the setup, so much better than Lookout Cay already, I can tell you that. And the food looks really good too. They have a really good looking salmon over there that I can't wait to dig into.
I know Kristen's excited for cookies, and I know I am as well, so I'm definitely excited to try that for lunch today. But we're about to go to the beach, find ourselves a nice, cozy, shaded spot away from the sun, underneath the palm trees, somewhere we can put our feet up and relax. So I think we found that nice, cozy, central spot here, right underneath the palm trees. A couple of chairs, a nice lounge chair underneath the palm trees. Now this is a view that I do not want to give up. Before we actually go grab lunch, I'm going to leave my parents to go rest underneath that palm tree and show you guys a little bit more of the island. I'll show you some of the recreational slides they have, show you some other views, maybe even the gift shops and other parts of the island that's a little more unique to Castaway. So I'm excited. It's very hot today. Like I said, you make sure you have your sunblock on, make sure you have your sunglasses on because you're definitely going to get burned. One of the most unique slides I think I've ever seen on a Disney cruise or on a Disney island in general is Pelican Plunge. This wasn't here when it opened up originally in the island, but they added this on later in the years. But it's such a cool water slide. Honestly, I never seen a water slide kind of like in the off the beach, you know, in the water, and you just go right down the slide and right into the ocean. I think that's such a cool. As you can see here, you can see all the people out here snorkeling out in the water looking at fishes. I think there's some like underwater like statue. Even I was talking to Ryan earlier, they have one of the nautical like submarine ships from Walt Disney World that's submerged in the water that you can actually explore with the snorkels. I think that's pretty cool and unique. And a lot of having an old attraction to go explore in the middle of the Bahamas, that is actually a pretty cool feature. I don't think Lookout Cay has anything like that, or Lookout Cay, as we're all still trying to figure it out. Never had anything like that in there with their snorkel options, but this is pretty cool and unique, and I believe there's also a Prince Eric statue somewhere out there. But this is another cool recreational feature that you can do, and I know Castaway is very popular with their snorkeling. As you can see, there's a lot of people out here. When I say a lot, they're spread out. It's a pretty big body of water, but it's a nice view of the cruise ship and the island. As you can see off in the distance right there in the middle of the frame, there's actually like a little jungle gym, like bridge, like rope swing that you can actually just go flying into the water. And that actually has been here since the opening. Me and my sisters both loved going out there. It took me a while to get out there because I was so young and kind of afraid to go out into the ocean. But that honestly is such a fun thing, just going on the bridge, swinging on the rope, hanging. Just, it's another like element to what Castaway just feels like Disney magic and some Disney island fun. Cookies. It's finally time. We're about to get some cookies. I can't wait because honestly, my parents didn't have the best experience yesterday at the Serenity Bay barbecue, and cookies is always a classic. So we're holding this pretty high standard here at Castaway. So I actually got myself a nice burger. I didn't get a burger yesterday. A pulled pork sandwich, chicken, a rib, a cornbread, and something new I think I've never seen before at Cookies. Maybe I just never liked fish back then, but I saw a piece of salmon and it looked really good, so I'm excited to give that one a try. Some notable differences I see from Serenity Bay was that they don't have a chicken sandwich here. They have a pulled pork. They have salmon, which they didn't have at Serenity Bay yesterday. But I do see some of the things that are similar, like the roasted chicken, the ribs, and the burger as well was on the menu yesterday at Serenity Bay. But I'm excited. I know there might be some different flavor and different spices on it, just on the ribs and the chicken to give it a little bit difference there, but I'm excited to give everything a try. We're first starting off with the burger. I'm excited. The burger has some nice char marks on there, some onion, lettuce, tomato, cheese, but I didn't like the way the cheese looks, so I took it off. I'm not a big fan of that kind of cheese. I'm more of an American Swiss kind of guy. Burger. Nice charred grilled burger. But it's no Five Guys burger. Well, my dad really hyped me up to try the second thing on this menu right now is this rib. I had the rib yesterday, and I thought the rib was good yesterday. I thought that was one of the most positive things right after the chicken sandwich, but I'm excited. It looks like there's some like vegetables on top of this rib, and it looks a little bit different. I wonder how the barbecue sauce, I feel like it really depends on cookie flavored barbecue sauce, but it always depends on, especially in barbecue, it always is the sauce, you know? If the sauce isn't good, then it doesn't matter what the meat is. More flavorful than yesterday for sure, and for sure a little bit more hotter than yesterday. Now I'm regretting only getting one, but good thing you can go back and you can always get seconds.
See if I can not make a big mess.
Did you have the ribs yesterday?
No. Tender and just spicy enough. Very good. Very good.
So, something that I also got was new for me from Cookies, because I've never seen this before, was the grilled salmon. I recently started liking salmon. It looks like it has to be prepared right for me to like it. And this salmon, I love a good grilled char salmon, and this one is exactly that. I'm excited to give this one a try. Like I said, I'm new to the salmon world and new to the fish, and like it has to be prepared right for me to even like consider it. And it looks like so far this was prepared right to my liking. It's good. It's not too fishy, which is nice. Surprisingly enough, on the island, it's not too fishy.
Take a cookie.
The only thing I would say is I would think I would like it a little bit more warmer, but it's probably because I had it last and it probably cooled off. To end the Cookies meal, I'm going to have myself a cookie. I already took one bite out of it. It's nice and soft, and there's a lot of chocolate chips, which is really good. So,
The lunch definitely here at Castaway is by far the superior place to have lunch. The food was hot. The barbecue ribs were excellent. The hamburger was delicious. And of course, you can't finish a lunch without a cookie. So definitely the winner is
Cookies BBQ.
Cookies BBQ.
After that delicious meal, I'm having some high hopes for this next stop. I'm gonna go meet Kristen over at the, I believe like a Pelican bar. It overlooks like the snorkeling area. It's actually a really nice in here. But I'm very excited because I have high hopes because yesterday the drinks were not good. I asked for a margarita and all he gave me was lemonade and tequila, if there was tequila in there. But I'm hoping these drinks, they got all the supplies they need at this bar. There she is, all done with cookies. Kristen, what's your thoughts on cookies?
That was way more enjoyable than Lookout. It was organized. It was not all over the place. There was no line. There were plenty of little areas for everyone to get food without there being a ginormous line. Just overall, this whole island is so much more relaxed, I feel, than the other. So we have met up with Sean here on this beautiful bar with this picturesque background, hair blowing in the wind. And I think this bar experience is already going better than yesterday's bar experience at Lookout. I got myself a pina colada, and they gave it to me in a kitty cup. So we've got, actually, they gave me 2 pina coladas in kitty cups for the price of 1. So we're gonna drink our children's pina colada with alcohol. With this beautiful view.
And let the winds blow our hair in the breeze.
That's the plan.
That's the plan.
Well, Kristen was kind enough to get me a child's pina colada too. Honestly, we got to stop calling it a kid's pina colada because kids should not have any kind of pina colada. But I actually don't remember having a pina colada before, especially not as a kid. But I've never had a pina colada, I don't think, in general.
Is this your first pina colada?
I feel like it might be. I don't think I've ever had a pina colada before.
It's kind of crazy.
It is, but what a view and what an actually atmosphere to have a pina colada in. But I'm going to give this a try because it's already melting. It kind of looks like just like ice cream. But
give it a boom or a doom.
A boom or a doom? Okay.
Be careful, you're gonna get a brain freeze.
Not today. My head's like burning, so it's probably just gonna cool down my head. But this pina colada is very delicious, and I'm gonna give that 3 big booms. Boom! 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 So now we found ourselves a nice, cozy, shaded spot or on the beach again. My parents are here, and I think we might just go take a dip into the ocean just to compare this ocean to the one out in Lookout Cay.
I want to go dunk my dogs in that water.
You want to dunk your dogs?
I do. Don't show them, though. They're hidden.
Honestly, after Kristen dipped her dogs in and I was splashing around in the water, the beaches here are still super cozy. Honestly, we had such a great time. We honestly ended our whole Castaway trip just laying in the water and just relaxing in the sun, because honestly I feel like that's the way you want to do it on Castaway. There's no other way you want to be on Castaway but just putting your feet in the sand, relaxing, and just kind of doing nothing, because we all do so much in life that we just need a time where just to sit back and relax and actually just enjoy what this world has to offer.
Oh my god! I think I just actually broke my back. What the hell?
Wow, what a piece of rock. Me and Kristen decided to take the tram back, and it was quite a bumpy ride.
To say the least.
Kristen, me and Kristen almost fell out of the tram, but it was a great day on Castaway, and we still didn't do everything we wanted to. I wanted to go on the bike trail and everything, and we just lost all the time in the day because it's just not enough time on this island to really get the full Castaway experience. I feel like you got to come here maybe 2-3 times to really understand and really have the full Castaway experience, because there's just so much to do and just so little time. But I'm so happy that we were able to get out here. I'm so grateful for this great weather. I'm so grateful for my family to be here, and I'm so grateful to have some friends here with me as well. And I just can't picture a more glorious cruise. And you know what? Castaway still holds a special place in my heart. Now that we're back on the ship, you can see I was kissed by the sun, a little red, but I'm okay. But I'm going to go around, ask my parents, ask Ryan, ask Kristen, and see what they prefer. Do they prefer the classic Castaway Cay, or do they prefer the new, brand new, and improved Lookout Cay? So which Cay do you prefer?
My vote goes for good old Castaway Cay and Cookies BBQ. The food was excellent there.
I would have to concur with Castaway. The food is a lot better presentation.
I think both of them have their positives. You know, they're both, and not to say that one is necessarily bad, although I didn't love the beginning of my day at Lookout Cay way better. However, I think the beach at Lookout Cay was one of the best beach experiences I've ever had. The beach was beautiful, so it's a close tie. I don't know.
Is there a third option, Royal Caribbean's Island?
That does not count. This is only Disney content only.
I'm sorry. Castaway. I'd have to say Castaway simply because I know where things are. And I feel like one thing that was not considered between either of you was the fact that like we've been to Castaway before and we haven't been to the new one. It's a brand new spot. Gotta find your way around first time. It's still really inconvenient and really annoying.
And there's going to be no surprise here. I'm going to have to vote Castaway Cay as well. And I do agree with Ryan. Castaway has more routes. You got to give Lighthouse Cay a little more time, I feel like. There's a lot of potential there. The beaches there are absolutely amazing. What I love about it, and even my dad said it, they have waves there. And that's honestly, it changes the whole beach experience. Laying in the waves and just floating away, it's honestly a dream come true. No pun intended on what ship we're on. But I appreciate you guys all coming along, and let me know in the comments if you have been to Lookout Point or if you've been to Castaway or both, which one you prefer. Because honestly, both of them were excellent, except maybe for that one bar at Lookout Point, because that drink was horrible. But thank you guys for watching, and I appreciate all of you. And you know what? I'm excited for what's in the future. Kristen, wait, what are you doing? You got anything to say?
Thanks for watching.